Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the President Talk. Sorry I missed last week, but we're just extremely busy with National Council and everything that's going off. So let me remind you of those numbers again. The 0800 121 6376 is the number to ring if you want to know anything about the Federation or you want to get in contact with us about any of your issues that you have. Remember also to store in your mobile phone the number, which is 07563 024513. Store that number because the Federation will be ringing you. When they do ring you, at least you'll know it's coming from us. So let me talk about, first of all, the positive things that we've got in the Federation happening. The awards are open. Remember, if you know anybody or yourself that wants to enter for these awards, please pass it on. We've had a great response from our sponsors so far. Lots of those awards have already been taken, so that is definitely happening in January next year, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there, but more importantly, making sure that we celebrate the very best to offer in the NFRM membership. So let me talk about News. So News UK is offering free stands. It's on a first-come, first-served basis. Look into the August the August Fed, or indeed look on the website. But if you want any more information about that, please ring our Connect team on that number, the 0800 121 6376, and they'll be more than happy to talk you through how you can get that. Remember, it's first come, first served basis. Now, we are talking to Menzies. We've had very high-level meetings, and we're actually having a weekly meeting with Menzies now to sort out what's happening in London and the South East. It's horrendous. They're having a major problem down there. We're hitting it head on, and so the team is working hard, and I want to say thank you to Menzies for taking it on board and looking at it very closely. They're clearing the diaries. They're making sure that they work hard to make sure that the service levels in the South East and in London are improved dramatically. Montezir, who is chairman of News, is taking it very seriously, and so is the News department, but so is Menzies. Menzies are taking this very seriously, so I'm really pleased about that. And I'll be speaking to Grant Jordan, myself personally, again next week, once we've got some roadmap as to how we're going to deal with these problems that everybody's affected, but in particular down in the South East and London is horrendous. The VIP community, there's a prize draw today. You've seen it on the website, so you've seen all those goodies available. So one of you guys are going to be very lucky to receive all that, and we'll send it to you immediately as soon as we get the prize draw sorted, which is great news. Remember from today, if you are pinged and you're double jabbed, you do not have to self-isolate. That's a major change, and hopefully that'll free up a lot of the staff in our supply chain, but more importantly for you as a retailer. I know how difficult it is, and I've just suffered it quite recently myself. What's really important, again, the membership numbers, I have to mention it, are in growth. It's phenomenal, and it's just fantastic news. So we're going to be going to conference with a very clear message of membership, which is in growth for the first time in decades. I know I keep going on about it, but I think it's really important. So what else is happening in the industry? What else is happening in the Federation? We've just set on a new events person, and they're starting at the end of this next month, and I'm looking forward to introducing you to her, but more importantly, she's going to come up with some great ideas for you in your districts to make sure that you can put on great events, and we here at Head Office will help you and support you and put the mechanisms in place. It'll be your event, but we will make it more professional, and we'll supply you with the literature, the leaflets, and the infrastructure to make it even a better success than you've had in the past. As everything opens up now, ready for conference, which obviously is happening in October. Lots of motions coming through. It's going to be a very interesting conference for everybody. I look forward to seeing you there, of course, when we get to conference and meeting you in the flesh. I also want to comment on what's happening with my sort of appeal. As you know, one of our staff members lost his mother quite recently, and he's been left now with looking after his 10-year-old brother. And that's an horrendous situation to be in. And I poured my heart out to the districts that I've spoken to, and can I just say, you've stepped up leaps and bounds. I'm going to make one final push for individual members and national councillors to contribute to this before I say that's where we are, and then we'll do a presentation of it. But really, from my heart, if any of you are listening to this that have contributed directly, I cannot tell you what difference this is going to make to this young lad's life when he becomes 18 or 21. We all know what it's like to, well, we don't actually know what it's like to lose someone so close. I lost my mum when I was 21 and it was devastating. I hate to think what it's like for someone, a 10-year-old. So I'm sorry I'm ending this on a negative note in as much as the sadness of where it's coming from. But I really do feel quite strongly about this. But listen, the Federation has stepped up, and this is where we come into our own. This is where it proves to everybody, both members and staff, that we've got everybody's back. So well done to everybody who contributed. If you haven't yet contributed, please do so. Speak to the MSM and they'll tell you the bank account number and the sort code, and I'll send it out as a communication, one final push to all the members, just letting them know that that's available. So thank you very much for listening to me. It's a bit longer than normal. It's a 6-minute podcast, but that's live because I missed 2 weeks. But look forward to seeing you very soon, and I'll speak to you next week. As always, stay safe.